Hello again, all you beautiful people out there. I am Mrs. Realistic, and I thank you for joining me again today. I got a request from Cheryl to check out Burden True Story, and she said that it's sort of a little dive into what he's been through in his life. So without further ado, let's check it out.
I got these memories of when I was only 8. Bedroom door was locked, my mom was being beat and screaming rape. Can he open the door? I want to, but I can't. In her boyfriend's trailer in the living room, his roommate doing crank. What the f*** are you doing? My mom was crying for help. That's when I learned what a coward was, something I never felt. I dialed 911 and I left the phone by itself. I wish that I had a gun, cause I would've sent them to hell. Sent everybody to hell. Then I remember the cops came and took them away. Tears in my mama's face, Lord knows how bad they must taste. And every time I think about it up to this day, the helpless little kid I was, it throws me into a rage. Spoke to my
Man, what a thing for a kid to have to go through. You start seeing stuff like that early on in your life, and that's deep trauma that is going to affect you down the road. And clearly this is, a super unhealthy environment for a child to grow up in. A single mom getting scammed by low-life men, and I don't know what kind of a relationship he has with his mom now, but, this is something that they're not thinking about, the quality of father figures that are going to be entering into their children's lives.
Think about it up to this day, the helpless little kid I was, it throws me into a rage. Spoke to my pops when I was 5. On the phone, I ain't know him as dad, so I called him Clyde. Guess me calling him by his name, it must have hurt his pride. All I heard was click, and that's the last I heard from him in life. But that ain't crazy. 14 was...
I don't understand how men can just so flippantly toss their kids aside like this. And if that is the case, if he didn't know him as dad, so he called him by his first name, and the guy is that juvenile that he's going to get butthurt over something so trivial as to be not called dad when he's never been a father in his life, then yeah, maybe it's better that he's not in his life at all, because you're not a very quality person if that's the case. But then, more damage for this poor kid at age 5. Unbelievable.
All I heard was click, and that's the last I heard from him in life. But that ain't crazy. 14 was on probation, having suicidal thoughts in his voice. It came from Satan. Had a rope tied around a branch my puppy used to play with. And one day I wrapped that rope around my neck and started hanging. What the f*** was I thinking? Mama see me through the window, she ran outside and saved me. Can't believe I really almost made her bury her baby. Blame it on rap music, yeah, too much Slim Shady. Swear to God I used to go to church and feel like they hate me. But none of that was awful, is the night I lost.
Can you imagine having something like this, or losing a child to suicide? I mean, all of this could have been avoided had he had a better childhood. And I mean, that is so important. From the time a child has these memories and has these deep traumas and no outlet, no one to guide them through a healing process. When you've got a mother who's bringing in these men, who knows what they're doing to your kid, and your child is seeing you go through this kind of abuse, what does a child have to look forward to? What possible positive thoughts is a child going to have when all they're seeing is this negativity? Thank God his mom saw him and was able to save his life, or he wouldn't be here today.
The God I used to go to church and feel like they hate me. But none of that was awful, is the night I lost Austin. And it's been so long, I've never put this in a song like this. No, I never thought I'd break it down like this. No, so me and him were homies, like everyday homies. Like wake up every morning, probably calling, coming over. Like damn, we need some come up. Like damn, we need some money. Like hustle, hustle, hustle. Things was finally going right into the night. Until the night I see my dog die. Yeah, about a foot away from me. Brains blowed all over the wall, man. You couldn't imagine this shit, but listen. Look, Couple of jits, couple of guns, right? Just f***ing around, f***ing with one, right? 12 gauge, we ain't know it was loaded. Suddenly it went off and the barrel exploded. I started screaming your name, but you're dead and I know it. It's slugging into your brain and then the blood just kept pouring. To me, this is a memory. To them, it's just horror. I ran outside, I called the police and I just stood on the porch. I heard a siren, seen the lights, but I was numb. I didn't speak when they ran up pulling their guns. I just dropped to my knees and started crying. Said my best friend just died and then I pointed inside. Damn. Then of course when they questioned me I lied, but in the end I still got charged with manslaughter, homicide. I wish that I could tell you this was fiction, but it's not. Since I've been home from prison, music's the only thing I got. Slaughter me or slander me, I don't give a f***.
I had no idea. These stories happen all too often when kids don't know a gun's loaded or they're playing around and these tragic accidents happen. Not only is one life snuffed out, but now this life of a young man is forever changed. And now he's rising up and singing about something so heart-wrenching and absolutely horrific. He's putting his energy into his rap now. And from what I've heard of him already, he's an awesome lyricist. He's an awesome rapper. And not only does he sing about political stuff, but he's able to use his music as his own therapy now. I truly hope that he has found healing. I don't know how you would ever get over something like this. This is awful.
Slaughter me or slander me, I don't give a f***. Man, that don't hurt me at all, nah. Like, y'all have no idea what the f*** my life consisted of, and I don't know what the f*** yours did either, like. For real, like, man, look, you can't look at someone and assume nothing, you know what I mean? Like, for real, people go through shit. People go through shit you never did in all walks of life all around the world. Just cause they smiling, that don't mean that they ain't hiding pain. Man, everybody's hiding pain. Like, man, everybody has shit they don't want people to know. Real talk. Man, I just ain't afraid to let you know who I am.
You know, that's a really good point, and I've said this numerous times before, that you don't know anybody's story, and just because somebody's smiling doesn't mean they're not in pain. I try on a daily basis to give people the benefit of the doubt. I try to be kind to people. It's so easy to jump to conclusions and automatically judge people when you really have no clue. Nobody would know by looking at him that this was his past. Nobody would know his story unless he put it out like this. Everybody has a story. You're not going to know that from just meeting somebody or walking past them on the street.
People to know, real talk. Man, I just ain't afraid to let you know who I am. Share who I am with you, cause it's authentic. It's too real to be fake. You feel me? Like, man, if I could say one thing, it'd be, don't let your past determine your future.
In memory of Austin Everett Porter. Wow, that is a deep song. He's able to be this authentic and to share these horrible things from his past, and I think that makes somebody so much more relatable. Your average Hollywood celebrity, their life seems like it's just this shiny, gleaming, perfect life. None of them are relatable. And we put these people up on these pedestals for some bizarre reason. I couldn't care less about celebrities and their gated communities and their perfect lives. These are the people that I like listening to. I like hearing their stories, and they let you into their world. And I think that's awesome. He is one of those people that got sucked into that culture that rap glorifies. And this is the end result. It's not fun. It's not cool. Somebody lost their life. I feel blessed that Burden shares this stuff with us. So thank you for the suggestion. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. And thank you, Burden, for sharing your story. As I always say, We'll see you in the next one. Peace.